Going down memory lane, I found some old videos I thought I would post here on YouTube. The first one is a project where in college we were instructed to make a silent film with one character and to tell a story with just one character, one location. It was the beginning, basically. And so yeah, this is that early project. After the open rolls, I will play the second project, which was still a silent film, but this time it had two participants and it was still in one location, but the concept remains tell a story with one place, and this time two people, no words. It might be wrong, but that video always brings a smile to my face. The exaggerated facial expressions, the overacting, if you will. But it's just, you can tell how people feel even without words. And the next two projects, they are not the same. They're not silent films, they're not stories without words. They are two short docs. The one that's up next is about live action role playing, so check it out.
The beginnings of the SCA were in Bakersfield, California back in the 60s. The name Society for Creative Anachronism actually was just sort of an off-the-cuff name by the individual in charge.
A bunch of people were trying to have a birthday party for one of their friends, so they basically made homemade armor, had a fighting tournament, and the person who won that tournament became the first official king of the SCA, and that spread from there.
Respect is the first thing that you have and have to be able to show toward your fellow fighter.
A large population of like-minded individuals that want to recreate the Middle Ages. The goal isn't to fully reenact it. While a lot of folk do try to keep everything as period as possible, members are not going to throw away their cell phones just because they joined. We use modern convenience to organize and to research and everything else, but the goal is that the product we produce is as accurate as possible to the time period in which we're trying to portray. And with members who have personas that they portray anywhere from 600 AD to the year 1600, that's 1,000 years worth of science and cultural advancement to play with.
I am the interim seneschal is the best way to put it. That basically means that I'm essentially the catch-all for any problems that happen in the Shire. I'm also our representation politically in the Greater Kingdom area. We're in the Middle Kingdom. Specifically, we're in South Oaken region.
There's a wealth of just things that people do to try to emulate the way the world was, so long ago.
The Super Bowl of the SCA is Pennsic. Pennsic is held once a year. It's about 2 weeks. So many people show up and spend so much money that they basically take over a national forest. In that, the Northern Kingdom and the Middle Kingdom fight over what's known as the unclaimed area, which is Pennsylvania. So it basically shifts depending on who wins. It is the largest party, the largest feast, the largest field battle, the largest tournaments, everything all rolled into one.
He's done everything to get to this point as well as you have, so we salute each other before we start combat, and then afterwards.
From a distance, we look scary, we look weird. I think it was the movie Role Models, had a kind of showed a very, very, very dramatized light on what we do and what a lot of other live action groups do.
I mean, at the very basics, it's based off respect.
We're every other person. We count among our numbers doctors, lawyers, scientists, salespeople, slackers. Military is a lot of military are members. We're everybody.
We are everybody. That was a fun short documentary, and the one that will play after the ad read, not so short. It is the longest of the videos that I have. I could, if I took a lot of time, I could re-digitize some tapes, re-edit some wrestling matches / promos, and recreate my final project, which was long and arduous, but I'm not going to do that. After the ad read, I'll play the other short documentary. Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much, much more, but most importantly, the story itself.
For Lucas and I to graduate, we had to do a independent study project, EM298, and we only took it for 1 credit hour, so we needed 10 hours of work.
The 48-hour film festival was actually mine and Jade's second choice, and by mine and Jade's I mean Jade's. Originally, Jade came to me with the idea of kind of not really piggybacking on her idea to do a flower shop. I don't know if we were doing a commercial or if we were just doing a promotional piece, what have you. But she needed some help, and she knew that I wasn't taking $298 and that I could use the credit.
I enjoy doing film, and Lucas is kind of focusing on screenwriting and creative writing, and so I just had this bright idea to do the 48-hour film festival. We got our project done in the weekend. We could have fun. We got a crew together.
And so we went to Sogowski and we talked to him about it, and he put me into class. But then the things with the flower shop didn't go through. So Jade ended up looking online. She found the Cincinnati 48-hour film festival, and really from there, the rest is history.
We don't really get to choose what our movie's about, and we go in completely unknowing what we're going to do. So Friday, what happens is like Friday at 6 p.m. or the designated time, depending on what city you're in. For us, it was 6. They have a representative of your team draw out of a hat your genre, and we got dark comedy. And then the entire weekend has a theme. Every team that participates gets the same 3 elements: dialogue. Line of dialogue, character, and prop. And our prop was a fan this year. Our character was Tom Rococo, and he had to be a magician. And our line of dialogue was, "What have you done for me lately?" So we go in, you go in completely unknowing, and then so that's like the magic of it. You know, you got 2 days to write, shoot, and edit this film, and without any preparation other than acquiring gear and actors.
Let's see, I think on the Wednesday before, I was sitting in theater class, and my teacher just had it written on the boards at 48-hour film festival. I was like, "What is that, Miss Maudlin?" And she said, "It's just this 2-day project. They get it together, and they write it all one day, they film it all the next." I said, "That sounds like a blast." And so she gave me the information, and I contacted Jade, and she said she was interested in me. So
Ended up with 11 students, and two actors played main roles, and then we had 9 extras that helped out.
My first move whenever I learned that our genre was dark comedy and our props and everything was really get the story done, get the script written, because that's my job. Seth Dix and I co-wrote this 48-hour film in about three hours, but it wasn't just us. Originally, we got the idea, and they're like, "Listen, this is your character that you have to use." And we're like, "All right, well, we want a failure magician. We want this certain character." We knew that. So we had ideas bouncing all around from everybody, and we kind of, from that, took a skeleton script. And from there, we went to another room, and me and him just kind of threw ideas at each other until we had the 6-page script, I believe, done.
I've never been around anything like this before.
We had a couple hurdles while shooting, and I guess to put them kind of in order.
We didn't have a female that really looked the age of a mother, so we did kind of borrow someone off the street for that. I won't say who, but she might get mad if you say that she looks like a mom. Keep that in.
Early in the morning while shooting, we had some issues with Seth and Lucas actually had to go to Huntington to get us some props, so we shot all the scenes that we possibly could before they got back, but they ended up taking a while because we were all the way in Sciotaville, and that's like an hour from Huntington, and they had to go to Magic Makers.
Lots of caffeine. The 48-hour film festival, some of us went, or myself included, I went 30 hours without sleep. I was living off of Coke, the drink, and just any caffeinated beverage I could find, and loud music and talking to people. Me and Seth, we had to go to Huntington to get props. On the way back, I closed my eyes in South Point, and I think I woke up in Ashland. But we actually had to, we had to almost yell at each other on the ride back to keep each other awake because we were pushing each other. We were pushing our bodies so much, trying to finish this film.
We shot in a very, very, very tiny and dark basement with awful bugs and spiders, crickets, and so it was hard for us to get lights in this room, but we really wanted to use the room, so we had a little bit of exposure issues, but I think all in all, it came together pretty well.
And they have to set up everything, and it's really different because you're used to just this flow if you're a stage actor. And when you're behind the scenes, you're changing locations, you're working with new technology you've never seen before, and it really is a change, but personally I do like it better.
Later in the night, we came upon the fact that our lead actress had to leave because she was only 15, and which doesn't show in the video or in her personality at all. and she had turned her phone on airplane mode so she wouldn't get phone calls and interrupt her filming. And her parents started to worry and showed up at our location and told her that she had to leave.
I was pretty disappointed, maybe even a little bit panicky, because I remember Jade saying we were going to have to finish with me walking down the hallway with the saw. And there's a lot of things about the film that are tough to follow as it is. So if I just have the saw walking down the thing, I thought people were just going to be like, what the heck is this kid doing? I mean, I seem insane as it is, but if I just walk down the saw at the end, it's just gonna, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would click to me.
She had 20 minutes, so we shot our last couple scenes very, very fast. And after editing it, wish we had taken the time to do a couple more takes, but it all worked out in the end. And we were really glad that she got to stay for the 20 minutes because we did not want to have a rewrite and not be able to use her anything. So.
Were there any rewrites to the script? Yes, there were a couple, not a lot. The biggest one definitely came when Brian Prim came into the room after me and Seth had already written the ending. Originally, the ending was a lot different. Well, I mean, still the ending, the main character ended up the same.
When I first heard it, which was about 6 in the morning after getting 2 sleep, I was like, 2 hours of sleep, I was like, this might be really weird. Because I knew that I had already gotten the part, and they said that I was going to be a suicidal magician, which isn't something you hear every day.
Brian had a better way to do it, and he was there for all 5 minutes, and he gave us the idea. And after that, we said, you know what, this has to be in the film. So that was really the major rewrite. Other than that, off the top of my head, can't really think of much, because once again, I had 48 hours, it was kind of hectic.
Since we only have 48 hours to film the entire project, we wanted to keep it at minimal locations because that's where we lose so much time in the process, where we have to set up and unpack and get everybody in cars and get there.
At Ohio University, so I collected waivers, got the releases signed, talked to the parents, told them about the subject matter that was at hand. And from there, I hauled equipment to and from every location, which luckily we only had 2 locations.
We shot on location at the house that we were using, and then also at the Bowman Auditorium here at the school and in the studio here at the school.
Now, for Patrick's sister in the role, we had about 10 or 12 young girls auditioning, and Jade didn't really care. Jade was off getting a shot list was set, so she really left it up to Joe and I. Joe was the director, Joe Hammond. And so we just did, some script readings around the room. And there were really 2 standouts. I think her name was Alexis or Alex. Don't really remember her name because it was early in the morning. And at that point, I was still going on. I was on, 12 hours no sleep. There's also Emma. Emma was a good choice because beforehand she actually sent Jade a resume and a headshot, so I knew this chick was pro grade. And she wrote exactly as I expected her to. She did it very well. I think they all did it for 1 theater credit. I think Emma, she wanted to be there more. She wanted it more than just the credit. And, her and Patrick, they made a really good team on screen, and I'm really happy with how it turned out.
I really enjoyed working with Emma and Brittany. I thought they did a great job. They were really professional. I was really surprised by Emma. I figured out she's only 15 a few hours ago, and I thought she did a really professional job. They both really stood out to me. They worked well with me, and I think I worked well with them.
And we ended at 11:30 p.m., almost midnight, with our shooting process, and we took all of that time, and we never stopped.
When we entered post-production, my job was mostly done.
We headed back to our home base, which was our house, Lucas, Joe, and my house in Franklin Furnace. And once we got there, we started transferring the footage. We immediately started the editing process. We started transferring footage onto my computer, and then we had a couple of audio voiceovers we had to record.
But Jade had me and Joe collect audio for the mother's part, just one line that we didn't get while we were on set.
So after we finished that, I think I fell asleep in the chair while they were doing the audio, and they bring me the P2 card, and I'm like, and put it in, and we finished transferring the footage. And while everything was transferring, we did end up getting about 4 hours of sleep so that we'd all be rejuvenated for the editing process, because we knew once we started editing at 6 a.m., we were going to be editing up until the time where we had to leave.
Early Sunday, whenever I woke up, Jade, she pulled me aside, and we were while she was editing, she asked my opinion on a couple shots, as a writer. But other than that, I didn't have much to do during post-production.
Part of being in Ironton and shooting this, we had to take the video to Cincinnati, which is a 2.5-hour drive from here. And we were panicking because it got to 3 p.m. and we weren't ready at all. Like, we still had to do the score and compress it and put it on DVD, and put it on DVD and data disc, and it was absolutely insane. So from 3 to 5, all I was doing was panicking, and it was just getting in the way. And so all was fine. We got the music, the score, the credits, all the graphics, and some cool special effects that we had Barbie do. We got it all put in and everything, and we're getting ready to compress it, and Final Cut crashes. I sent Joe to go get gas so that we could get to Cincinnati. And Joe comes back with the car. We pile in the car, all 5 of us that fit in my little tiny black Cobalt. And I'm sitting in the back seat while Joe's driving to Cincinnati, burning a playable disc and burning another data disc, just so we had all of our bases covered, so that when we got up there, if one didn't work, they'd have one that did. And the good thing about it is my MacBook battery lasted so long. It lasted the entire trip up to Cincinnati and the entire trip back.
It was a tough surrounding, but I think we all had the time of our lives. I've been waiting to do something like this since I was 7 years old. So,
On the way up to turn the film in, we watched it 7 or 8 times, making sure that everything looked good, everything was solid, everything was pro grade, and to turn it in and for it to be judged on its merit, it's no pun intended, considering our DOP was Jade Merritt.
We got up there with like 15 minutes to spare. We had to have it in by 7, and we pulled in at 6:45, and we ran in and got everything settled and situated. And it was a good feeling to know that we made the deadline, even though we had so many issues after post and compressing.
When we finally turned the film in, my first thought was, woohoo, we're done. And that's really it.
That was a fun trip down memory lane. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment. Which one of the 4 videos did you think was the best? And like I said, maybe one day I'll dust off the videotapes, digitize them, and edit them up, because it was a super fun project to record, edit, do commentary, not myself, but to record the commentary and overlay it for the wrestling show. But right now is not the prime time for that type of endeavor. Later.